I 25 am an only child. My parents divorced 4 years ago, and I've always had a good relationship with my dad 59, though sometimes rocky. We've had a tradition of going out to dinner every Friday, and I've always tried to maintain a close bond with him. In 2021 I befriended June 45, a colleague of mine. We weren't super close, but I considered her more than just a work friend. We'd hung out, and at one point I even asked her to lend me her credit card to buy us Lollapalooza tickets. In return she asked to visit my family's island house, which I agreed to. I didn't think much of it when I later invited her and her daughter to the house with my dad driving us there. Turns out my dad and June started dating shortly after. They did ask for my permission at first, and I reluctantly said yes. But over time I began to feel sidelined. June started coming to all our outings, even to the point where my dad wanted to include her and her kids on our annual New Year's trip. Whenever I wanted to hang out with my dad alone, he'd suggest I tag along with them instead. By October I had enough and told him how uncomfortable I felt. His response was that they were a couple now, and I needed to accept that they would always do things together. I wasn't asking him to choose between us, just to have some time with him alone. Fast forward to last Wednesday, my dad called asking if he could bring June to our local football club game, something that's been a special tradition for us since I was a kid. I said no, reminding him that this was supposed to be our thing. He pushed back, saying he didn't want her to be alone on a Saturday night. I told him again that my answer was no. He called me spoiled and bratty and said he was bringing her anyway. I stood my ground, saying he could go with her but not pick me up. He then suggested we could all have dinner afterward, to which I said I'd rather go with one of my friends. He proposed we all go together and I said no again. Finally he said okay, I'm bringing her either way. 5 minutes later he called back saying, you know what, I'm not going. Since then we haven't spoken. I tried calling on Friday to cancel our usual dinner plans, but he didn't respond. He's currently living with June while she builds her new house with his help, so they see each other every day. Is it too much to ask for him to go to the game with just me? Is it really such a tragedy for her to stay home for a couple of hours? AITA for wanting that one-on-one time with my dad?